Hi everyone, welcome to my take. Today I've got my brother here.
Hello.
He's doing a PhD too. I've just finished, as I've mentioned in my previous videos. So he's a current PhD student. He's studying
Material science.
Yeah, he's doing material science PhD. I did a cell biology PhD. So we're both in different faculties. I was in the Faculty of Life Sciences and my brother was in the Faculty of?
Actually, in the School of Engineering and Physical Sciences.
Yes. At University of Manchester, we have like some of the schools are named faculties and some are named schools, so it might be a little confusing, but that's just how it is. So I thought it might be a good idea to have someone who's still doing their PhD and someone who's finished their PhD together in the same video, so we're at different places in our lives, and you know, those different experiences and those different opinions might be useful for you if you're considering doing a PhD, or if you're just like a bit more of an insight into what a PhD is about, then this is a video for you. So in this video we're going to talk about how the PhD has changed us for the better or for worse. You'll find out, keep watching. I feel that the PhD experience changed me in various different ways, personally, academically, in my way of thinking. I mean, I do definitely feel more like a scientist now, and I think scientists have their own way of thinking. You know, I do talk about being analytical and critical, but in addition to that, you know, you do learn how to be a problem solver. I mean, you learn those with other degrees as well, but I think with a PhD that's amplified, so you have to be you know, you have to solve problems more, and you have to do them more independently as well. You do get some help from those around you, but you're taking the leadership more and you're responsible for your own work, and you have to, you know, address challenges that you might face more on a daily basis independently. Do you think that you have to problem solve and work more independently and become more of a leader of your project as a PhD student than as an undergraduate student and as a master's student?
Well, it's quite different between doing a PhD and doing a master's. In a PhD, you have to take control a lot of the time. You have to decide exactly where you're taking a project. Whereas in a master's or in a bachelor's, you might find that you are generally told exactly what to do.
Or you're led. Even if you're not told exactly what to do, you are given more direction and you are facilitated more, maybe.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest challenges of the PhD, and I think that's what I've always looked forward to the most.
Yeah, being an independent researcher.
Yeah, pretty much.
Even if you're not a natural leader, but you enjoy science, or you know, have a passion about any subject that you're doing, because obviously not all PhDs are science PhDs, but if you have any passion for a particular subject that you would love to research, then I think you would definitely enjoy pursuing a PhD in that, because you have ownership of that particular project, of that particular research, and you can choose what to do with it however you want to do it.
It's actually the challenge that was what I look forward to the most every single day. A new problem is always in front of me, and I have to approach it in new and innovative ways.
I think I was always an overthinker, and I feel that doing a PhD kind of reinforced that state of mind.
I say it fine-tunes it. If you're an overthinker, it gives an avenue for you to develop that overthinking. It doesn't. You tend to go from being an overthinker to a logical thinker, and
that's true.
You know exactly when it's too much thinking.
Yeah. And it, you know, you use it in a pursuit which is beneficial for all. You know, we're researching things that matter to the world. So we're thinking about things, we're logically thinking through processes of thought that can help in achieving more with our research. If you're curious, I think one of the biggest parts of becoming a good researcher is actually being curious.
Yeah, it's that childlike instinct that we all have.
Yeah, to explore the world around us.
Yeah, and understand it. By all means, it's not necessarily just science that does that. English, language, and various other fields have this idea of exploring the world in different ways and different art forms.
Yeah, I feel that during my PhD, I definitely had to learn to become more patient. Not that I was ever an impatient person before that, but you have to become even more patient. I mean, right until the end of my PhD, you know, I had my Viva in December, had to do my corrections in January, in February finally I was given my award letter, but you know, my Viva was 2 months after my submission. There will be times when you have to wait for things to happen, you have to chase things up, experiments might not go right, you know, you might even waste months. Well, it's not really wasting, but you might be spending months on experiments that might not work, and hopefully you'll keep changing things to try to get them to work, but they might not. So you definitely learn the meaning of the word patience in a lot of depth.
Yeah. Actually, she's talking about experiments here. She was actually an experimentalist. I'm actually on the other side of the, on the dark side, really. I'd say I do computational work,
Yeah.
and but much is the same. You do have a lot of things that go wrong, even in a computer, and it is necessarily a quality that you need to have to be patient. And even just waiting for the results, even you have to be patient for that. But it's always worthwhile, I say, in the long run.
So as a third person, I mean, it's easier to see changes in another person. So I feel that with my brother, the biggest changes I've seen in him is that he's become more organized, and he actually works now, like proper works. He studies and he spends most of his days like working on his PhD, and that's such a big change. He used to be so carefree and like so like, you know, just kind of the opposite of that. I mean, he's very smart, so he used to score well, but now he's, you know, with a PhD you can't really slack, so you have to really kind of put your all into it. And